This one's actually a question that I'm most curious about, and it goes down to I'm always trying to get engaged with the other person and seek what their inner motivations are. And
right.
It fascinates me to be speaking to somebody who's dedicated their life to be able to giving this particular concept a lot of airtime. And you've been doing this, I've known you possibly for 10 years, you've been doing this consistently, you're finding new ways to communicate about this. This speaks of purpose, this speaks of passion. And what I'm curious about is what does this community of mind mappers that you're creating in India and all around the world, what is this community looking like? What do they stand for? What is it about? What's the ideology that we're talking about here?
If I were to put it in one word, it would be rationality. Just interested in getting people to think more rational. Dan really is a behavioral economist who has written a book called Predictably Irrational, and there are plenty of other people who've done fantastic work on it. And they've proved that most people, most of the time, are irrational. And it's not that you make a mistake and then you make good on that mistake the next time around. People keep on making that mistake again and again and again and again, and that has created so much misery in this world, which is much easier to correct than most people think it is, because it doesn't require a lot of money to learn how the brain thinks and to stop being irrational. One very simple example is whenever the stock market is up, people want to invest more. And let's say there's a guy who's invested a lot of money when the stock market is up, and he loses money when the stock market is down. When it's down, if you go to him and tell him this, you've been through yourself, you know that was the wrong time to invest. And this is the right time to invest if you think the market is going to go up in the future. He'll probably not invest at that time. He'll probably wait again for the market to go up, and again he's going to keep burning his fingers. And he burns his fingers probably once, twice, and that's it, he's in the doghouse. So many people's lives are being ruined because they don't understand rationality and brain literacy, and if they want to use mind mapping for making better decisions, or any other tool, they should use it. They should use it to live a better life.
And how does this sort of play off against using your gut? I know you've talked about, I use my gut a lot when I'm talking to people, because I'm trying to get a sense of where a particular statement is coming from. And rationality is a very important core value. It's somebody's belief system, right? You're talking about somebody's belief system, how they operate, how they make decisions. So where is the space for the gut in this?
Again, going back to what we spoke about, at least for 20 to 30 critical decisions in your life, maybe if you have the time to extend it to 50 or 100, go ahead. There you have your gut telling you something, and you have the time to think calmly, also to take other people's opinions, to use tools like mind maps, to do a little more digging, then you should do it. In places where you don't have the time, then you have no option but to take out the gut.
So I'm hearing, why can't we have a world in which we're sort of fashioning our lifestyles around not being just on the go every moment where we have to take, just gut reactions, but to be giving ourselves more space and time, particularly when it's a critical, like it's my business, it's growing my brand presence, whether it's making an important personal decision, is give yourself that space to be able to use a balance of tools, whatever's working for you, both left brain, right brain, both instinct, gut, as well as figuring out the rationality of it.
Yes,
fantastic.
Yeah, plenty of people are taking lots of decisions. For example, even producing a child.
Yeah.
It's not people, especially in our country, are producing children without any thought. If they're not able to take care of the children, ultimately how is that going to benefit? It's creating criminals. If you produce a child and you don't take care of that child, if you produced a child because you thought that he's going to take care of you in your old age. Well, if you're not going to take care of him in his childhood, how is he going to take care of you in your old age? So there seems to be no rationale in plenty of such decisions or actions, and that affects them, it affects society, it affects the world. We need to slow down and think more.
And what I'm seeing a lot of even in the clients that I work with is often that we're making decisions on the fly and we're distracted.
Yeah.
We're not even using either of these two aspects. We're not even using a sense of rationale which will come, whether it's a mind map tool or whether it's a meaningful conversation, which in which two people are listening to each other, really listening with the intent to support or serve, and then not even using their instinct. Because most people, and research is showing, are not even using their gut. Their gut's telling them something, the instinct is there, we have it, it's part of our bodies and our brains, but we choose to ignore that, and we choose to also ignore the practical aspect of things, and then we're just making really important decisions based on, irrelevant factors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So this is adding to a much more meaningful world, and it's adding to a lot more meaning in people's lives.
Yes,
to be able to have and make the simple processes of the mundane, of the everyday, become much more significant and meaning for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much
Great.
for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Let's speak to you.
Likewise.